Alfie time. It's Alfie time.
Hello and welcome to the Decent Wrestling Show. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe and share. Today, so we did the Stardom tier list and now we're going to do the TJPW slash Ganbare Pro slash DDT Joshi tier list. Again, this is just all my opinion. Of course, everyone on the roster is talented. No disrespect to any of them. This is just my opinion on who I find the most interesting to watch on my TV screen. So we have 6 tiers, again, Goddess, Queen, Great, Good, Okay, and then just not a fan. 28 people on this list is what we have. We have Moka Miyamoto, now Kakuta, Risu Endo, Suzume, Mirai Mumi, Haruna Neko, Pom Harajuku, Mahiro Kiryu, Yuki Kamifuku, also known as Kamayu, Yuna Manase, Harukaz, I think I'm pronouncing that correct, Reika Saiki, even though I know she's not active at the moment, but hopefully one day she'll return, Marika Kobashi, Raku, Hikari Noa, Miyu Watanabe, Rika Tatsumi, Mei St. Michelle, not Mei Suruga, Saki Sama and Saki Akai, totally different people, Shoko Nakajima, Hyper Mizuki, Yuka Sakazaki, Nodoka Tenma, Yuki Aino, Miyu Yamashita, and Maki Ito. Let's get started. So we'll start with Moka Miyamoto. First off, she does need a new attire. I think this one is outlived its cycle. And TJPW is usually really good at updating attires, so hopefully she'll get a great new attire at the next big Tokyo Joshi show. Maybe she gets a new attire at Cyberfest in a few days. Maybe. At the moment, she's definitely talented. I love her style of the karate sort of thing. So there is talent there, and again, she still needs more time to show it. She's still young, she's still a rookie, and still learning everything. So I would say she's good for now. I'd say she's good. She just gets in good. But she's got a lot of potential in her. Now Kakuta, one of my favourites. Absolutely amazing in the ring. Great personality. Had a great match with Kamayu recently at Kurikan Hall. Definitely recommend checking it out. She's a real talent. Really big personality. Definitely one of my favourites. And to be honest, I'm going to put her in Goddess. She definitely shines when she's on screen, and you would not believe that she's 34, I believe, because she looks like she's like mid-20s or early 20s. But love watching her perform, and move on to the next person. That's Risu Endo, the newest member of Tokyo Joshi, for only a few more days. She debuted in January, I believe. So she's been wrestling 5 months. She showed super quick progress, but I feel she's one of those things where super quick progress and it just stops, which I'm worried about. But hopefully she'll overcome that. But she's definitely, the talent is there. I will say one negative is in all the big matches she's had so far. There's always one moment in the match where it kind of messes up, and like in quite a big way throughout the match. But of course, she's been wrestling 5 months, so you can forgive her for that. You know, it's not like this is the end of her career. It's the start of it. She's still learning. She'll get through that, and I think she has a good potential. I would say Moka has more potential, but again, I could be wrong. But I would say she's okay for now. She's verging on being good though. I can definitely see the appeal of why people like her though. Suzume. Now this is one, I've gone back and forth on Suzume over time. Originally I liked her, then she sort of fell down a bit. But I feel that she's really stepped up her game recently. And especially in her match against Neo Bishikigun with B-Star, where I know Mirai Mumi had a lot of the focus, but I think Suzume really stood up and stepped up and got on the level of Mirai. And I'm really proud that she's done that for herself. And she has a bright future ahead of her as well. I think she's got a great personality. So for personality, she'll be in wrestling. She's also very talented in the ring as well. Love her ring the bell finish, which is similar to an RKO sort of car move. I'm torn whether to put in good or great. You know, I think she deserves to be in great. She is still continuing to grow on me, and I hope one day we'll be champion with Mirai as B-Star. Speaking of Mirai, next up is Mirai, the Queen of the Lariats. Her Lariats are absolutely amazing, and that moment when she took down Arja Kong in that tag match was one of my favourite moments in Tokyo Joshi this year. Such a cool moment for her to have. But Mirai she is a special talent. Her writing in English is amazing, by the way. Just want to say that. If you've ever bought her Only Fives that they used to do, and hopefully will do again in the future. Writing in English is amazing, but she is such a special talent. She will be the ace of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, in my opinion, eventually one day. And she will be a world champion in Tokyo Joshi, and I don't think anyone would disagree with me on that statement. Yeah, she's amazing. She instantly goes in queen. She could even be a goddess soon, but she is amazing. And I know a certain someone is very happy that she's high up on the list. Runa Neko, the cat wrestler. She's probably the best cat wrestler in the world. Out of all the cats that wrestle, she's definitely the best. Runa Neko, absolutely huge personality, and the thing is, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is more personality driven than wrestling, which is probably why I enjoy it so much. But Hiruneko is very personality driven. She can hold herself in the ring. She's not. She's learning new moves. She does the rope walk now, which is really cool to see. She does a sunset flip, and she uses a lot of cat-based offense, which I think is really unique and it's really fun to watch her perform. So Hiruneko's great. She goes in great category for me. She's really fun to watch. Speaking of fun, the 3-year-old Pom Harajuku. She is basically the definition of fun. You know, crazy energy when she comes to the ring, and even outside the ring, she just has crazy energy everywhere she goes. Apparently she's been kicked out of restaurants because she's so loud, which doesn't surprise me. But yeah, ball of energy, and she's actually, I've noticed recently, she's having a lot of great matches, like legitimately great matches. Like she had one against Kamyu on That's JPW, and I believe she had a match with Rika Tatsumi at the last pay-per-view a few days ago, which was also really, really well done. Like, she actually can wrestle quite well. And her finish is the Pomme de Justice, and no one kicks out of that. Yeah, so Pom, yeah, I think everyone would put her in great at least. But she's a ton of fun and a good wrestler to boot. Mihiro Kiryu. Mihiro Kiryu is one that's taken a long time to grow on me. It's taken a long time, and she still is. I'm not the biggest fan of her, but I like her new look with her new gear, because her old gear looked a bit not great. So I'm definitely becoming more of a fan of her, and last time I would have put her in okay, but I think she's just done enough to move herself up into good. Poor Endo here at the moment. She will be joined, don't worry. But Mihiro Kiryu is growing on me, so good to her. Yeah, I like her spine buster. I think that's probably one of her best things, is her spine buster looks really good. And her sidewalk slam is pretty good as well. But her spine buster looks really, really good. Yuki Kamifuku, aka Kamiyu. The best English speaker of the bunch. Let me just make sure that's correct. Yeah, I'd probably say she's the best English speaker. Marika's actually quite good as well. And of course May St. Michelle. I know May Saruga speaks great English. I don't know about May St. Michelle. Probably has one of the best theme songs in wrestling, if not the best. I mean, it absolutely slaps, and the fact we haven't got it on YouTube or on CD is a crime at this point. When I first started watching Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, of course with Sena Shiori was of course my favourite. But another one who was really up there was Kamyu, and she's always been up there. I'm definitely a U-kicker. She just has that aura of a star around her. and I love that she uses her long legs in her matches. Really love that she uses her drop kicks, amazing. The Fame Elsa, suplex looks good. Yep. And she's actually had some of the best matches this year. Like, she constantly steals the show, and I could argue she's probably been the best wrestler in TJPW this year. Her match with now Kakuto was amazing. Her match against Mumi Mirai was amazing. Her match against Hikari Noa was amazing. She's just having amazing match after amazing match after amazing match. And I'm going to put her in Goddess. And I'm going to put her at the top of Goddess, if it will allow me. There you go. Yes. Yuki Kamifuku Kamyu is a terrific performer, terrific human, and so much fun to watch, with an awesome theme song. Yuna Manase, another one of my absolute favourites in all of Joshi, is Yuna Manase. She's a very, very good wrestler, a great performer in the ring. There's a cartwheel into the lariat, which I think looks amazing. Ton of vibrance and personality she brings to the ring. I mean, she managed to have a great match with a panda, like a mechanical panda recently on DDT. She actually had a really fun, great match in something that I think others would have made it a bit cringy, but I think she actually made it a lot of fun. So props to her for that. And that takes a good match skill to have a match like that and not make it a bit, cringy. So she has mega talent, mega beauty, and a mega personality, and is a terrific person as well. Definitely go on her store. I'll put a link in the description. She goes in Goddess easily. You cannot not love Yuna Manase. Harukaze. Harukaze, again, absolutely wonderful person. So much fun to watch in the ring. And, with Yuna Manase going to Ganbare, that introduced me back to Harukaze. Because I did watch some early Stardom and when she was Haruka Kato. And yes, she was a lot of fun. Yeah, she's always been a lot of fun in the ring. She works super hard. And she had a match, I believe it's called Bad Communication. It was a tag match. I know Washo was there. And that was an excellent match, and she really, really shined in that match. And it shows you that she's not just, a fun, cute face. She's actually can be a pretty damn good professional wrestler. And she just makes you happy when she wrestles. So I think she goes in Queen category. Reika Saiki, someone who I hope returns to the ring one day. So she was before my time, so I had to watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, and when I made a video of her, so I'd found her YouTube videos, and honestly, you should subscribe to her. Absolute bundle of fun, one of the sweetest people. Her English is amazing. She's always studying English. She loves studying English, apparently. And, she's got a great look, unique look. And when I was making that video, I had to watch matches of her, and she is a really good wrestler. Really good. So I really want her to return one day, because I want to see her in a match against Miyu again. I want to see her face Kamyu, now Kakuta. Mirai and Reika would be an excellent match. And I so hope she does return one day. I think she's focusing on her bodybuilding at the moment, and she's actually doing really well in that, so that's great for her. I think she goes in Queen category as well. Marika Kobashi. Anyone that knows me knows that my favourite wrestler right now, active wrestler, is Marika Kobashi. She's just so darn cool. She's everything about her, stylish and cool, so much fun to watch. Unique moves in the ring, I love her style. The bulldog finish is great. The sort of like, when she gets in her shoulders, does the roll through and leg drop thing, looks amazing. Her leg drop is great. Not quite on Unagi's level, but it is great nonetheless. But her chops as well. She had a great match, I believe it was this year against Kamyu. I believe it was this year, yeah. She had a great match with Kamyu. I remember that one fondly. Her and Kamyu work really well together in the ring. Hopefully she becomes a champion soon, and of course she's going in Goddess. Now let's move on to the Up girls. First off, Raku, the one who loves trains, train enthusiast, Raku. It's weird with Raku, because one moment she'll have like quite a bad match, and then she'll have a great match. She's definitely improving, and she's super lovable though. The Goodnight Express, the Oyasami Express, is so much fun every time it's done. You know, you'd think something like that would outlive its like shelf life, but she's managed to keep that going and keep that popular, and keep it fun to this day since she started doing it. So I'm gonna put Raku in good. She's actually no, I'm gonna put her in great. I'll put her in great. I do really like Raku. She's my second favourite up girl. Hikari Noa. Now, Hikari Noa, she's the deathmatch queen, and I'm not a huge fan of death matches, so I haven't even watched the death match with Rina Yamashita. It's not my style of wrestling. I don't like it. Sorry, it's not my thing. So if she goes more into that category, she's gonna sort of go down and down, and I'll probably become not a fan. But I have to like her. She was best friends with Senna. Hikashio is forever, and she wears a piece of Senna to like Senna's gear in her gear now, which is a beautiful tribute. So she goes in good at least. And she is a good wrestler as well. Her match with Camille was amazing. She is a very good wrestler. Really good drop kicks on her, and she is a current international princess champion as of this recording. Although hopefully Marika wins. And then Miyu Watanabe, my favourite up girl. So good in the ring. Honestly, so good in the ring. One of the better wrestlers in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I'd arguably say she's in the top 3 best wrestlers, probably. She does the giant swing, the stinger splash in the corner looks amazing. A lot of power moves, and it's really cool to see her like pick up 2 people at once. I believe she picked up RG Kong. You know, she's superbly powerful. Like, you wouldn't expect it from her, but she does it. And her match against Rika Tatsumi this year was one of my favourites in Tokyo Joshi this year. Terrific selling of the leg in that match. She was amazing and really, really held her own and stood out that she can be a single star, not just a tag team champion with Rika. So I'm going to put her in Queen. Now, Rika Tatsumi, her tag team partner in Daydream Eternity, or Hakuchamu. Rika Tatsumi, at first I wasn't the biggest fan, but definitely through her world title reign, she's picked up and really made me a fan. You know, the match against Yuka wasn't great, it was quite poor, but she made up for it with the match against Miyu Watanabe and Miyu Yamashita. Those 2 matches were excellent, and she definitely proved herself that she can go in the ring, and she made a much bigger fan out of me. So originally I would have put her in good, but I think she deserves to be in great after this year. Now, Neo Bishiki Gun, Mei St. Michelle and Saki Sama. So Saki Sama and Mei St. Michelle, both great wrestlers. I go back and forth on the gimmick. I do really like it and how they play it, to be honest. Especially off screen, they play it really well. And their matches are great. I know there's just something about it doesn't superbly click with me. But I did really love it at first, but I don't know if it's fading a little bit, but I'm sure I'll come back around to it again. But the performers are great. I'm going to put Mei St. Michelle in Queen, because she's amazing. I do love the stuff with the tray. It's always fun, her antics and her personality and her facial expressions are amazing. The way she froze after winning the title was hilarious when B-Star interrupted her. And Saki Sama, I'm going to say is good, but I think she's overshadowed by Saki Akai from DDT. They have a very similar height, very similar build, very similar look. They could almost be sisters. But Saki Akai is great. Not one I personally love so much, but I do think she is great. And her match with Chris Brooks recently was amazing, and you should go check that out on Wrestle Universe. Shoko Nakajima and Hyper Mizzou, or as I like to know them as, Dick Dastardly and Muttley. Props if you get that reference from Wacky Races. Definitely, Hyper Mizzou is more the comedic character, but she does it well, and sometimes it's a bit over the top and a bit not great, but sometimes it's perfect. And I think she plays it really, really, really well. and she's such a sweet person. I'm going to put her in great. Shoko Nakajima is a terrific wrestler. Bit botchy every now and then, but that can be forgiven because she recovers so well. She is a terrific wrestler. I just don't love her that much. There's something about her that I just don't love. I'm going to put her in good, just for her wrestling skills, but I don't know, there's something missing with her. Maybe it will click eventually, but I don't know, she's sort of faded for me. Mizuki and Yuka Sakazaki, the Magical Sugar Rabbits. I'm not going to say much. I'm not a fan. I like Mizuki more. She maybe could go in okay, but I'm still not a fan of the Magical Sugar Rabbits. I just find them a bit annoying more than entertaining. Their antics can just get a little annoying and gives you a bit of a headache. Mizuki is a pretty good wrestler. Yuka, I just don't see it as much. She's under-delivered in main events for me, personally, from what I've seen. I guess if you don't find her annoying, you'll love her, but I don't know, it's just something that doesn't connect with me. Just not my type of wrestler for her. Okay? Bakuretsu sisters, Nodoka Tenma and Yuki Aino. I'll admit, I was not a huge fan of Yuki Aino, even in the slightest. I think it's because when I really got into it, she was starting to get a push over Nodoka, and I just thought she was not as good as Nodoka. I have come around to appreciating Yuki Aino a little more. I just don't really like her on her own, if you know what I mean. But as a tag team with the Bakuretsu sisters with Nodoka, I do like her with her. So I'm going to put her in okay. But, yeah, it's just as a singles, I'm not a huge fan. But I do love Nodoka. Such a fun personality she has. She's a star on the English-speaking TJPW show. That's JPW. Absolute star on it. Every time. I look forward to more appearances from her on that. She goes in queen. Terrific wrestler to boot. And last and certainly not least, 1 to a Million, which is a terrible tag team name, I'm sorry. Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito. I think most people would say Miyu Yamashita is probably the best wrestler in TJPW, and it's hard to disagree with that, as she's the current champion. I didn't agree with the decision to put the title back on her, but it is what it is, and I think it's clear that Maki Ito will win the title off her eventually, and that will be a terrific match, so at least it will have a great ending to it. She's not my favourite, but I do love watching her matches. I wouldn't put her in... I would say she possibly goes in Queen. I say she goes at the bottom of Queen. Because she is such a phenomenal wrestler. Again, like Shoko, there's something missing, but I think it's more so there with Miyu. And I really get why she's a lot of people's favourites. Maki Ito. One of the biggest personalities. Super lovable person. Very good wrestler and still improving. The cutest in the world. And she is an actual god, so she has to go in goddess. I mean, it's just a rule. Even if you don't like her, you have to put her in goddess because she is a god. That's the way it works. So that's my list of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. It changes quite a lot, I would say. But right now, that's what I would say. Again, you can disagree in the comments below, that's fine. So not a fan of the Magical Sugar Rabbits in Yuka Sakazaki and Mizuki. Endo Arisu is still learning, so she's okay for now. She will move up eventually. Yuka Aino is growing me a little bit, so she's in okay. Good, Sakisama, Hikari Noa, Mihiro Kiryu, Moka Miyamoto, and Shoko Nakashima. These are people I recognise their talent, they're just not hugely for me. I do like them, but I'm not like a big fan of them. I'm a mild fan of them. Great, we have Suzume, Haruna Neku, Pom Harajuku, Raku, Rika Tatsumi, Saki Akai, and Hyper Misao. These are people I really like, but I'm not like stands of them, if you know what I mean. Like I'm decently big fans of all of them. So in Queen, Miyu Watanabe, Harukaze, Mirai Miyumi, Reika Saki, Mason Michelle, Nodoka Tenma and Miyu Yamashita. People I'm huge fans of, absolutely think the world of a lot of them. And Goddess category, just 5 people: Maki Ito, Nao Kakata, Yuki Kamifuku, Yuna Manase, and the coolest in the world, Marika Kobashi. Obviously, these 5 are my favourites. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and again, it's just an opinion. Take care and peace.
Alfie Fisher, very nerd, simp, best simp.
That's right.
Please do check out his Twitter as well.